guys. Usual embargo, please. 10:30 this evening. And questions to the mic. If you could give your name and organisation for your question, please.
Peter from Sky. Very good afternoon.
Hi.
Can I just ask you to start off by reflecting on a week of contrast? There was such a lot of negative publicity after what happened at Norwich, and then that seemed to be quickly forgotten after what happened in the Champions League. How satisfying has it been for you as a man manager, as a coach, to get that change in result, change in mood?
I think I didn't expect this question, but I think after what happened the last years, because we have to try to make a global perspective about what this team has done. So I didn't have doubts about the behavior. The result was good, but the performance was even better, and I didn't have doubts. So of course we can lose. Maybe it's your problem when you believe we cannot lose, when you say what you say when you have a lot of success. Believe me, it's your problem. It's not our problem, because we know before every game we can lose, even tomorrow. We have the feeling that we can lose. But when we lose one game in the Premier League in the last 8 months, including summertime, it make a little bit tricky. So why should doubt? So sometimes the opponent is better, or sometimes the opponent is more precise, or sometimes the opponent do something we didn't expect, or sometimes, I don't know, we don't have the best performance. But I didn't have doubts after one defeat, the reaction of the players of the team would be, because they have shown many, many times in many, many years.
There's a lot of debate about your central defensive problems. Fernandinho seemed very comfortable. What are your long-term plans, or maybe your plans over the next few weeks for that position?
Well, I said in Kharkiv when we play in Ukraine, so we don't have many other options. We have many other options. With Rodri can play there, and of course two young players like we trust a lot, because especially Eric is training last season, all the season with us, and Tyler Bailey was in the preseason, and we were really impressed about what he has done. So we are going to count on them. So it's not a problem; it's a challenge. So I don't take these situations like a problem. It's what it is. We have to accept it and handle it with that. And important is to be positive in your mind. And if we will do it, we'll be happy. If we don't do it, we'll work harder.
Any update on when Stones and Laporte might be back?
I think it's not necessary to ask about Laporte, because Laporte, I said last week, it was 5 or 6 months. It passed just 1 week after my comment, reflecting John Stones. So hopefully in, I don't know, 1 month, 3 weeks, 1 month, a little bit more, we'll be back.
Any fresh injury concerns?
No. Yesterday came back from Ukraine, and now we're training. We'll see the players today how he feels for take the selection for tomorrow.
Welcome. Simon Stone, BBC. You say that it's a challenge that you're facing now. After the game on Saturday, for instance, how long does it take you to accept even one defeat? How long do you go over what might have gone wrong, or what decisions you didn't make that were right, before you reach conclusion as to what happened and why it happened?
Well, we review the game. We speak. Normally, I speak with Mikel, with Rodo, my staff. I listen their opinions. It's so important for me. Always, I work in that way. Listen what the other one said, because sometimes they realize some aspects I didn't realize, and they help me to take the better solution. But what happened, and after watching the games against Norwich, I was not really upset for the way we played, honestly. So I was upset against Newcastle. Like after 1-0, after 1 minute, we forget to play. But the game against Norwich, it didn't happen. We shoot more than 50 times, and we could win. In Newcastle, I didn't have that feeling after 1 minute. And Norwich game, they shoot 3 and shoots and half 4, and we gave them most of them. and we accept it. So I don't have many times in the big moments. So when I have a lot of success, I am more relaxed than should be. And when we lose, I'm not so many depressed. I said, okay, that is going to happen. It's 99 points to play. We have seen 5 points behind. 99 is still to play. So
losing is
look
such
forward how many points we can get it.
Losing is such a rare experience for you, though.
Not at all. I lose many times in my career as a football player, especially, and the manager.
You've won a lot more than you've lost.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm manager, still manager. If not, they sack me. So the only way to survive here is win games. And yeah, we won. We won a lot. And that's happened. But that is a consequence sometimes when many times here, what can improve next season? What can improve next season? So you have to understand what you have done in the past does not assure you can do it tomorrow or the day after. And the opponent that we have, when I said many times, maybe it's the strongest opponent I have faced in my career as a manager, Liverpool. And it's not a weak words, but I said when they were in front, I said when we were in front, I said when we won, and I said when we lose, because they have absolutely everything in terms of in a positional game, in a counter-attack, in set pieces, in transitions, offensive, defensive, and mentality, and Anfield, and stadiums, and many things. And I know how difficult it was, and I know how difficult it is, and I know how difficult it will be. But that is the challenge, the same with the central defenders. We cannot start to say, oh, we don't have the central defender, or say, okay, let's go to find a solution to keep the team stable and good.
Was the FA Cup final against Watford, given the importance of the game, given the way that turned out, was that one of your most satisfying performances? Because that seemed perfect day.
Well, it was the last game in the season. We played that game knowing that we could be part of something unique in the English football history. Never team did 4 titles in one season, especially the 3 domestics important titles in one season. And we play in that game in that position. We have a few problems in the beginning for 1 or 2 counterattacks. But after that, they scored the first and the second one. Was good. We were relaxed, winning the Premier League 1 week before, and we were so. But now it's completely different. It's the beginning of the season. Now they changed the manager. All the best for Javi Garcia and of course from Quique Sanchez Flores. And it's in the beginning of the season. I saw the game yesterday, flying back to Manchester, the game against Arsenal, and wow, the second half was incredible. The way how good they play. And because they have arguments with the Curecapo, they are so strong in the middle. The Lufeu, in the good afternoon, they can do absolutely everything. With Gray and the new ones are in front, they are strong and fast. So so every game has his problems. So, but it's not comparing what happened in the FA Cup. I don't find any similarity or consequence for both games.
Pep, Fred Caldeira, Esporte Interativo Brasil. Obviously, you have many options on your squad, and it can be a bit tricky to balance opportunities. Focusing on Gabriel, what he did in Kharkiv, is that type of performance that you expect from him? And what do you see for him this season in terms of development? Listen,
against Gabriel, I will let them everybody plays. There is few players that didn't play too much, and I'm so sorry for them, but I want to let them play. So I don't want to leave 11 months to win one title when 7 players, they don't play 1 minute. So, and that's why he was involved, and maybe will be involved tomorrow, and the other one, he doesn't want. But it's difficult to find in Europe, in the world, one striker like Gabriel, how important it is. Is a number 9 for the national team from Brazil, of course, alongside with Firmino. And he's incredible to play, a young player. His behaviors in the training session is outstanding. And he has to handle to fight in position like a legend and incredible. One of the best strikers I've ever seen in my life with Aguero. And it's not easy to accept this role, and he'd accept it. That's why it's my prize to him. It's over the moon, because it's not easy to find. I will not find a player, because after that, when Sergio doesn't play for injury, for my decision, the substitute Sergio has to be at top level, the level deserves Man City. And it's not fine to accept sometimes don't play 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 games, because Sergio is an incredible player. Sergio didn't play in Kharkiv in the last 5 or 6 games. He's played every game a goal. an assist and fight like last 2 seasons. Sergio is incredible how he fight for the team and make the effort. So that's why I'm so delighted with the border strikers and with Gabriel. What could I say? So just be patient, and I know when he plays, always he does, and he does absolutely everything like he has done in Ukraine, not just for the goal, not for the way he fight, he plays, and he try, and he's a young striker. So the future for this club is incredible. So that's why I'm so delighted for both. And in that case, you asked me for Gabriel.
Pep, just a word about, you mentioned the manager coming back again, Quique Sanchez-Flores to Watford. How surprised were you by that turn of events with Gracia going, Flores coming back so quickly, so early in the season?
A question for the president for Watford. I don't have any comments about that.
But what about the situation where clubs seem to have a ruthless model like Watford? Again, the turnaround of managers, it seems very, very brutal, to barely a season for each manager.
I don't want to make any comments about the decisions for the other clubs. They know exactly the reality is far away. Only I can say I'm so sorry. But our job, I think, all the managers in that position, not just in the Premier League, in Championship, in all the leagues around the world, we know we depend on the results. The people doesn't believe in what we do. The people believe in our results, because most of the people who judge us, especially sometimes inside of the club or sometimes outside of the club, they don't know exactly what we do. So they analyze just the results, that's all. And we depend on that. If we win, we can sit here in front of you. If don't, I will be replaced. It's what it is, here and everywhere.
Well, Pep,
Yeah.
as a person that studies a lot all the aspects on the build-up of the game, how do you think that affects in the game now that you have seen it like in some game weeks, the new rule that the defenders now can come out with the ball from the goal inside the area?
It's a short pass. Before the pass was longer, so like the pass is longer, your process to press, you have more time. Now it's shorter, and the space between central defender and fullback is bigger. So that's why to press is a little bit more difficult. It's a little bit easier to make build up and more difficult to press.
And then I wanted to ask you as well, because last week Samuel Eto'o said in an interview that he wants to be the first African manager to win the Champions League in the same fashion that the teams that Pep Guardiola have done it. How do you feel about that?
Thank you. They have to buy players like Eto'o, and after he can do what Pep does.
Riyad Mahrez made a fantastic start to the season. How important is he to you, bearing in mind, obviously, Leroy's out for quite a few months?
A lot. Hopefully Leroy could be here with us. But I said many times, so when he played last season, played good, except the first maybe games, but it's normal. You arrive in new place and understand what they want. They play many years a team like they were sit back and we use the counter-attack, and here is a little bit different. And you need time, but we knew the quality, especially the mentality, especially how competitive it is. It surprised me a lot. And especially there is one detail I said, maybe there's the second or third time I said, he loves to play football and he loves to training session. He loves to be in contact with the ball. And I like this type of player. So he goes to the training session on the pitch and everybody stay there, arrive and immediately take the ball and play with the ball and have fun with the ball. And that maybe is a stupid detail, but I like it. And he's a guy who I think he doesn't feel too much pressure. It doesn't matter where he plays. He has a lot of confidence in himself. In terms of make a bad actions, two bad actions, and the next one give me the ball, I'm going to try again. And that is the best detail to the players in the big clubs, in the big stages. I think it's the most difficult to find, and I think he's quality. Only he has to improve to be a little bit more relaxed when he doesn't play. Only that. The rest is top.
You guys from 10:30.